The nice folks at Zag.com, they are now owners of Mophie. Mophie, I remember hearing about it at Macworld Expo, whenever the company started, maybe 10, 15 years ago. And they gave me one of their Mophie battery packs for, I'll say the iPhone 4. I don't remember exactly what it was. In those days, my iPhone use meant that my iPhone was probably dead by noon. I used the iPhone so much and in so many different ways. And the batteries were a lot smaller too. So having a Mophie battery pack was a huge godsend for me. I traveled a lot more. I went more places, so my phone wasn't always plugged in. Over the years, as I've gotten more sedentary in front of the computer, less traveling to Macworld and things like that, my need for a battery pack has been lessened. I don't need it on the motorcycle. I've got a power port on the motorcycle, so when I rode the bike, I would charge it up while I was riding. Well, when we're in the car, we've got ports to charge our phones in the car, so I didn't need a battery pack. But the folks at Zag, when they started giving us prizes, said, "Did you want a battery pack?" I said, "Sure." So they sent me the iPhone 10 battery pack, the Juice Pack Air Slim Protective Battery Case. Well, slim is I don't know if I'd call that slim. That's fairly thick. The case material is nice. I like the way it feels compared to if you have an iPhone case from Apple, I've got the Product Red case from Apple. It's a little less a little less grippy than the iPhone case. The feel of it is still good. It's got a very nice chamfered edge on it, on this front edge. So it feels the same as the iPhone case. Very well done, very well manufactured. Very light, too. I remember the original Mophie cases feeling like they weighed a pound. They didn't, but it felt like they were very, very heavy, and they added a lot of bulk and weight to your iPhone. These ones are not much heavier than a regular case, which surprised me considering the 30-hour battery that it's got inside of it. They made some changes from previous Mophies. One of the changes they made was the battery indicators in the back, and you can push this button on the back. You see how it lights up to let you know how much charge is on the phone. Those lights light up as it's being charged off the lightning port in the bottom too. It has two little speaker ports down here at the bottom, which is kind of a clever way of getting sound out of the phone when it's in the charger. The lightning port is on the inside of the case. You insert the phone into the case, you take off the top part of the Mophie battery case. Sorry, nose itchy. And then your phone slides into this part, and you put this cap on top of it, and that's got your opening for your camera on your phone. So it's nice in that regard. It snaps together nicely. It doesn't feel like it's going to be loose. It's going to fall off. You've got your on-off switch here. You've got your volume buttons here. Everything works just fine. I mentioned before, this is also a wireless case. So when I'm using this with my Q charger, I don't have to take my phone out of the Mophie case in order to charge it wirelessly, which is kind of cool. You with your phone inside the Mophie case, you just put it on your Q wireless charger, and it charges both the phone and the Mophie case in parallel, so one after the other. The iPhone will charge up first, and then the Mophie case will charge itself up. When the phone is inside the case, it does not draw power from the Mophie battery until you push the button on the bottom. Before, there used to be an on-off switch. Now it's this button on the bottom that lights up the lights is the only thing that will turn the phone on. So you don't have to worry about putting the Mophie case on your iPhone and then at the end of the day needing a charge and realizing, oh shit, I used it up all day long. You can let your iPhone get down to 10% and then turn on the Mophie case, and the Mophie case will charge the battery up. I've used it for a couple days extensively. It always got me through a day. I didn't have any problem doing double what I normally did when I was out and about taking photos, using the internet, playing games, checking email, all the things I would normally do. I did extra on the days I took the mophie case out and about with me, and never had any problems with it. Never worried about running out of juice at the end of it. One of the other issues is the same with the iPhone, is there's no headphone port. Obviously, the iPhone doesn't have a headphone port, so therefore you're not going to get that as an issue on the mophie case. It still needs the dongle like you have at the end of the with your iPhone, the little headphone dongle that Apple is making us all use. It's expensive, $99, $100 for the case. If you get through a day without your phone getting below, say, 25%, I don't think you'd need a mophie case. But if you use a phone so much that at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you're down below 50%, and you still got, 6 more hours of phone use, then I'd say a mophie case would be great to have. It'd be something that, even if you don't like the bulk it adds, it's a kind of thing you can put into a backpack. You can put into a soft cloth covered case, wherever it is, and just use it as a external battery that you put it on only when you would need it. But I will say it does not feel bad as a case by itself. It does add bulk. There is quite a bit of size here, and there's a little bit of a hump in the back of it, obviously where the battery goes and where this part comes off. But I didn't find it to be really bad. The only time I found it bad was when I was trying to use the iPhone on a mophie case on anything that required grippy pincer movements. So the thing we have in our car that we use to prop the phone up so we can see the GPS does not grip this case very well at all. The portable tripod I've got right here does not grip this case well at all. I don't know if it's a matter of the case being thicker than what the manufacturers of those kinds of pincers were expecting, or whether it is just too big for those kind of things. So that was a bit of an annoyance, having to take the case off in order to use it with a tripod or use it in the car to use GPS directions. That was a bit of a pain in the butt. Monty says, I didn't know Zag had purchased mophie. Yeah, they purchased mophie about, say 2-3 years ago. They've kept that as a separate entity, though. There's still mophie.com, and @mophie is the Twitter name. So they've sort of stayed hands off with the company and allowed them to develop their own products. According to Mophie, it is a Q-enabled wireless power, 30 hours of talk time, 17 hours of web browsing, 19 hours video playback, 86 hours of music playback, low profile design, raised corners, priority plus charge and sync, which I really like. It's the idea that it charges your phone first when it's plugged into power, and then the Mophie case afterwards. I do believe that they have come out, or they will soon come out with versions of this for the iPhone XS, XS Max, and the XR. And obviously there's still versions of this available for the X and the 8 and the 7 and going back that way. So if you're in the market for a well done, classy external battery case, check out the folks at mophie@mophie.com.